In the last lecture, we've learned several efficient methods of inputting data. Next, we need to set the data format, which will be introduced in this lecture. When we enter the number 1 in the table, it can be displayed as 1.00, January 1st, 1900, or 100%. Despite different forms of expression, it's number 1 in essence. In fact, data formats are the different coats dressed on ordinary values. As for what coat should be put on, it depends on your needs. In this lecture, we will master how to standardize the use of data formats in the appropriate scenarios. This lecture will include the following points. 1. How to set the data format. 2. How to enter the correct date and time formats. 3. How to make number format and text format convert to each other. 4. How to flexibly utilize the custom format. Now let's begin. How to set the data format. Before inputting the data, we must set the correct data format in advance to avoid problems caused by format confusion. For example, we need to set the dollar currency symbol in advance in this sales amount column. Select the range of cells and right-click to select the Format Cells option, whose shortcut key is Ctrl+1. Click Currency and then select US dollars in the symbol area. Alternatively, in the Home tab, we can directly click the Data Format drop-down button. In the drop-down menu, there are lots of commonly used data formats to choose from. In addition to the currency format, we can check many other formats in this table. We can see the selected data columns have their data formats. For example, date, text, percentage, time, custom formats, and so on. In practice, the data format is not complex, and only by mastering the most frequently used ones you can solve most problems. For instance, when calculating the amount of money involving data such as currency amount, we generally set the format of numbers as follows: number, currency, and accounting. All these three formats standardize the number of digits displayed after the decimal point. For example, if we entered 2 in decimal places, at this time, the number with more or less than 2 digits in the cell will be automatically rounded off. The currency format can be used to add currency units of every country, and the accounting will enforce a neat arrangement of currency units. It's easy to understand the use of percentage and fraction. We can easily choose the desired format to apply. However, most people don't know how to enter correct fractions in cells. Generally, we directly enter a fraction in the cell, such as 1/2, which will be automatically recognized by WPS Spreadsheet as the date format. As a matter of fact, it's easy to input a correct fraction. The point is to add a space between the fractional part and the integer part. For example, in case that we need to enter the fraction 1/2, we can input 0 first, and then enter a space. Finally, input 1/2 and press the Enter key to get a fraction of proper format. What is scientific notation? Generally, the scientific notation represents a number that is too large or small. For example, when we enter 10 nines in a cell, it will automatically appear as 1e plus 9 to save the display space of the cell. To display the number normally, you can manually adjust the cell width. As another option, you can press Ctrl+1 to activate the dialog, in which you can set the format as number. How to enter the correct date and time formats. The date and time formats can be regarded as the special formats of a number. They are frequently used in our daily life and work. For example, in attendance sheets, sales data sheets, and employee information sheets, dates are to be recorded. It's not hard to set the date format, but there appear to be many problems with the date in worksheets. What's the reason? There's a good chance that the date format is incorrect. In WPS Spreadsheet, The date formats that can be recognized are as follows: 11-11-2022, 11/11/2022, or 11/11-2022. If you enter 11112022 or 11.11.2022 in the cell, the usual setup method won't work and the number won't change. While the correct date format can not only be changed to a different date format, but also converted to numbers. At this time, there must be a question in many students' minds, that is, the date turns into a number according to what rule? In fact, WPS Spreadsheet on Windows uses the 1900 date system by default, that is, January 1st, 1900, as the first day of the date count. We enter the number 1 in the cell and then press Ctrl 1 to change it to the date format, which is displayed as 01/01/1900. Each additional number adds a day to the date. Because of this feature, dates are operable, and we can use functions to calculate the number of days between two dates. For instance, I want to calculate how many days I have lived since I was born. We can get the correct answer by subtracting the date of birth from today's date. The same as date, time can be converted to numbers. The conversion formula is 1 hour equals 1 over 24 day, and 1 minute equals 1 over 60 hour. We can set a simple example to illustrate. We enter the number 0.25 in a cell, press Ctrl 1 to pop up the dialog box, click Time, select one format, and click OK. At this time, we can see that the number is displayed as 6:00:00. Because there are 24 hours in a day, and 0.25 is a quarter of a day, or 6 hours. Because the date and time can be used in calculations, we must enter the correct format to avoid unnecessary trouble. Here are two shortcut methods. The shortcut key Ctrl:; helps you to quickly enter the current date, and you can press Ctrl:; to quickly input the current time. Nevertheless, in practice, we often need to import dates from outside systems, and these date formats are generally not normalized. So how can we modify them? The first method is the Smart Fill method. Can you recall the contents we've learned in the last lecture? Smart Fill can learn the rules of the table and help us quickly correct the date format. First, we can create a new column right beside the incorrect date, enter a correct date in the first cell, and press Ctrl E to fill quickly. Second, we can use the Text to Columns function. Select the incorrect date, click the Date tab, click the Text to Columns button, check Delimited, click Next twice, and select Date. Click Finish. Thus, the date format can be corrected.